find that in Deuteronomy 16:16, where that every male had to attend at least these three main feasts in Israel. And you will see in that same Deuteronomy 16:16, the Bible says that God said that when you come in, do not come empty-handed. And that's why it's very important that when we come to church, we not come to church empty-handed, as what people say with two long hands. Come to church with something to give God.
Amen.
And I know we have already pictured Jesus going to the temple with something in his hands. But he had to. Because God said that's what he wants. Now, Jesus found himself in Jerusalem because of the feast. And I know the King James has a sheep gate, sheep market. But the true translation is a sheep gate. Because, as you will know, that there was no market to sell sheep in. When things were sold, they were sold by the temple. Remember when Jesus wrapped the whip and flogged them, because it was being anything that was sold pertaining to the animals, it was sold around the temple. So this sheep gate was at the northeast of the wall. So this area where the sheep or the animals will come in to be sacrificed. So you will put in a translation mark sheep gate, which actually that be real, the true translation. And it says that at this area, this sheep gate, it was a pool. And it was not a pool like what you will see at Sandy Lane. It's not one of those sort of pools that the kids will imagine where, you know, they got nice lights and nice blue water and steps down. And it wasn't that type of pool. It was more like a stone thing that built up and some water in there. And then it said it had 5 porches. And it's like 5 walkways. 5 covered walkways. So you had the pool here. And like that'll be a walkway, another walkway, another walkway, another walkway. And throughout all these walkways were individuals that were sick. Individuals that were blind, deaf, lame, whatever the sickness was. They were laying in those 4 corridors. So imagine going and seeing sick left, right, and center. Remember we go to the hospital, we see sick people all over the place, and so they don't have enough room to put them, and they put them in the corridor. Which never got space. So you're seeing sick people all along these corridors at these 5 different intersections. You're seeing all of these sick people in all these corridors. And everybody there looking for healing. Everyone that is in those corridors, those walkways, are looking for a healing. It says, in these, everything New King James, in these lay a great multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. Because the Bible says at a certain time, an angel came in and stirred up the water. So picture this. Picture this. These 5 corridors or these 5 walkways are bursting with sick people. And these sick people have their eyes on the water, waiting to stir up. You know how we throw them in watching TV in the sun? And you see it? Betty or Peter, and they can't hear you because they're focused on that water and they're waiting until that water is stirred up to jump in. Because I come here to get a healing and I'm making sure that nobody get there before me, so I'm on it. So everybody they're talking to me, yeah man, you know he's there, yeah good, but I still on the water because although me he talking good, I still want to get there before him. Because I'm looking for my healing. Me, you cool though, but I want my healing. You know, I feel you pain, but I want my healing. I ain't getting there before you. Glory to God.
Glory.
And the Bible says that there was a certain man there who had an infirmity 38 years. Now, 38 years is a long time. almost 4 decades. It's a long time to be sick. So then you got hit it for 5 minutes. Oh, this thing can kill me. 5 minutes. But this man was sick for 38 years. This man was sick longer than you kids were born. 38 years he was sick. And he had to deal with this thing for 38 years. And some of us have been dealing with stuff in our lives for a very long time. And we'll be praying and asking God when the end is going to come. How long do I have to deal with this thing? I just can't wait to get this whole nonsense over with. And every day this man had to get up with this ailment. He had to get up every single day and face the reality that he couldn't walk. And I'm glad to see my brother coming in the house. Brother Lashley, you know your foot is hurting for years. I know you for a long time. You haven't did that for 38 years? A long time. A long time, brother. By the time you know you had a little issue with your leg. But it's still a good thing to see you come into the house of the Lord, walking and all, and leave some service. But this man could do that. Because everything that he had, all the plans and all the goals that he had, shifted because of his illness. If he was used to work, had to come to a stop. If he wanted to be an athlete in his earlier years, all that had to go through the window because of this illness. And there were things that will come into our lives and shift our lives in a way that all the plans that we have, this particular thing come up and last so long, and it shift not everything that we had in our minds for the sake. Every single thing. Because there are some things in our lives that it hits us so hard that it kind of alters our disposition. I know some of us can remember the time when we used to be always happy and always smiling. And people ask you, but you always smile around, you always skin your teeth. And you always bubbly. And every time somebody see you had a good word to say. Remember those times?
Yeah.
Be honest. Be honest. You remember those times? Then you always had a smile. Your face always glowing. And then nobody could tell you that I was angry. Because you're like, and you're all happy and bubbly.
Yeah, it's always bubbly.
But as we walk through this life, things kind of happen.
Yeah.
I know you don't bubbly no more. When you were skipping and feeling all the, now you were like, you know, and even when people tell you something good, you're like, okay. You know, you hear a little good, really? Can't even take a compliment. Because things come in our life and tend to alter our disposition sometimes. And so much we don't even like say it anymore. We go home and we sit down and we see that old picture. And we wonder where that boy went. Where that boy going? Because you look at the picture and then look in the mirror. And you wonder if you're looking at somebody that's different. You know how to say that stress is the biggest killer. Jesus said, don't worry because worrying do not extend your life. And if Jesus said don't extend, it means it shortens. You can always look at an individual who is stressed out. You can fix it here, shape your eyebrows, put on a half-tone makeup, and you can still not look good. But give that same person maybe a little cruise, a little resting time. And when that person come back, they look different without hairdo or eyebrows done or makeup.
It's true.
So stress or life sometimes bring things that cause kinds of alter our disposition. And sometimes we also find ourselves incapacitated. Incapacitated doesn't mean that it's a physical thing that stops you from walking or talking or hearing, but because of how our minds begin to work. And that while we were zealous before, we had energy, we were willing to do so much, but now we're always tired. We are always done. We don't feel like doing anything. And sometimes it is because of what's going on up here that we become crippled, not physically, but emotionally. And that's the worst thing, because some of you go on Facebook or online and you'll see people with no hands, no legs, and they're doing much more than us. Their faces are bright. They have this way of looking at life that it doesn't matter what happens, they're going to get out of their bed every morning and they're going to pursue those things that they're their goals that you were talking about. And most of us is ashamed that we have both hands and arms and legs and we don't want to get out of our bed on mornings. We slept for 8 hours and still be tired. Come on, across the road, and I feel like, what happened to you? You say, no, but I guess I feel like. Because, and your whole day is done, incapacitated. Nothing physically and wrong, but emotionally, mentally, you're crippled. Psalms 102 verse 4 says, my heart is stricken and withered like grass, so that I forget to eat my bread. You know you can be so down that you don't want to eat. And the only reason that you realize that you're supposed to eat is when you start to lose weight. And the psalmist said, I am so down. I am so down that I ain't even got appetite. I am so down that I do not even have an appetite. But I know there are some persons, sometimes they go through stuff to eat. Some people do other things, right? But nevertheless, we deal with things differently, but it still incapacitates us at some level. And this verse it said, when Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he already had been in that condition a long time, he said to him, do you want to be made whole? Now, that seemed like a real unusual question. That seemed like some person would say a foolish question. But they're not foolish things with God.
Yes, it's true. It's a reason for that question.
Right? But if it was me, and this man, but he didn't know Jesus, he said, sir. And this man is on the ground. He's on the ground. He's on it. Sorry, Carol. He's on the ground. Right? And he's not able to get up. He's not able to move. And all he will do is kind of drag himself. But this man come and ask you, do you want to be made whole? And if it was me, I would look around. Because it's like, I'm at the pool. This where healing is. How people ask me a question like that. Why would you ask me a question like that? But I'm at the pool. I'm at the place of healing. It should be obvious. It want to know where this man come from. If you never hear about the pool. If you know what we're doing here. But what did the Bible say? The Bible says in Isaiah 55, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Because even if the question sounds foolish, it is not. The thing about God is that God knows us better than we know ourselves. Sometimes we say to ourselves, I will never do that. Peter said, I was in prison, I was dicing, I will tell you. And just tell Peter, look, you mean well, woman. You can deny me 3 times. Peter said, no, come on. That ain't gonna happen. But what Jesus knew, Peter didn't know. Peter didn't know himself. Jesus knew him. So when God tells us things, and it's a good thing when God tells us things because we need to be still sometimes and allow God to speak to us. Sometimes we want to talk too much. And when we start to talk too much, we can't hear what God is saying. And God will be telling us things about ourselves. And we refuse to listen because we yum, 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 yum. And we want to tell God how things are instead of listening to God tell us how we're supposed to be and how we should deal with these things that are in our hearts. The thing about God is that God, we're talking about the potter's wheel. And if you allow God to just place us on the potter's wheel and allow Him to do what He has to do with us, we can be beautiful. It is no way that we should be a Christian for 20 years and still think the same way, behave the same way, have the same attitude from when we first became Christians. It means not that God is powerful, it means that we have not allowed God to do what He has to do on us. The sick man answered him, Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I am coming, another step down before me. Many of us are looking in the wrong places for help. Many of us are looking to the wrong people for deliverance. And most times when things go wrong in our lives, instead of running towards God, we run from Him. And the further we run from God, the worse things get. And God has a unique way sometimes of using turbulence to draw us to Him. And we need to know when God is using turbulence to draw us to Him. It is nothing that goes on in our lives that we should run away from God, because God is the one who fixes things. So the doctor give you bad report, don't run to nobody, run to Jesus. If you got a bill that cannot be paid, you run to Jesus. You run to God. And He said to cast every care on Him. All of our cares, all of our concerns, everything that's in our lives that we need to cast on Him. Because our bodies were not designed to carry burdens. I can say that again. Our body was never designed to carry burdens.
That's correct.
That is why we get sick when it happens.
Yeah.
Our blood pressure goes up.
Yes.
We go to the doctor. Not put on medication that we got this rest of your life.
Yeah. Give more.
And they tell you to come off it, it can kill you.
Yeah.
Our bodies were not designed to carry burdens.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's why he said, because he's the body who designed us.
Yeah.
And if the designer tells us not to burden down yourself with something that I have not designed the body to carry, then don't.
That's right.
So you'll find on vehicles, especially commercial vehicles, they have a weight board telling you how much weight it's supposed to carry. And if you carry more weight than it's supposed to, then you can break a spring. As my brother Lashley know that with the buses. You can break a spring, especially with the potholes now, it can do a lot of damage. You ever see cars going on the road, back down front up, and the wheels sprawl out? Because it's carrying more than it's supposed to. And when God says break all the cares, it's not one care. No, don't get confused with the care and concern. They're different. If you got an exam, don't say, Lord, let me pass the exam. You can't do that. You got to study.
That's right. That's why you bring.
You got to study. You don't let God say, well, all right. And then download everything you had on exam day. It ain't going to work. You have to study, and then while in the examination room, he will bring back those things to your memory.
Amen, brother.
But you have to put in the work.
That's it.
When God gave Israel the promised land, he also told them, cut up the sword. Because I had to fight. You had to do something. And it doesn't mean because God give you something that you're going to fight for it. Because when you're fighting for it, you get to learn the value of it. And that's why it's wrong for us as parents to give your children everything.
Right.
Because they don't have a value for it and they don't appreciate it.
Right.
Sometimes it's good to say no.
Right.
Or sometimes it's good to let them work for it.
That's right.
Because you work for it, you ain't gonna break it. Glory to God.
Glory to God. Hallelujah.
Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be opened to you. Now this guy, he said to Jesus, I have no one to help me into the pool. Maybe some people take him there and leave him. And it's times when we can have persons in our lives that it's not going to go all the way with us. They drop him off by the pool and say, buddy, you got to do your thing now. And when we come back later on, and you're here, you know you get healed. And we still find here, we carry back more. But you want persons who's going to stick with you all the way. Who's going to stick around and make sure you get your healing. We're going to talk about a friend that sticks closer than a brother.
That's Jesus.
Amen. Right?
Hallelujah.
Because sometimes you want people in your life that ain't willing to go all the way.
That's true.
They're just going to draw you off and leave you. They may care if you eat, if you drink, nothing. They can drop you off and somehow pass back then and see if you're still there. But they can carry you all the way. There's another story in the scriptures where this guy has some real good friends.
Yes.
And they were ready to tear off the roof.
Yes. Taking him all the way.
They went all the way.
Yes.
Buddy, my friend.
Be going
And
real.
they came all the way. Because you know what? He's a good man. And we can make sure, even if you're going to pay for that roof after, we can make sure
Yes.
that you get down to meet Jesus.
Yes. Today is your day.
Today is your day, and we ain't leaving here until you get healed. We have to be able to surround ourselves with people that will be there when things are good and when things are sour. They got persons who use the boss or use the man. Lost his job and see what happens. I grew up in a rum shop, young. So I was able to sit down and see rum drinkers, some of the kids each other. I mean, the man that got the money come in shop,
Everybody's friends.
he get treated special. Yeah, you say Frank boy, you see a long time boy with the man.
Yes.
Frank get treated good. Cause Frank, this is come tell Frank and call. What the man want? How you know he's drink Frank? It did. But you know if Frank lost his job now, and Frank came shop. Frank in the street boy no more, you know, because Frank, he ain't got no more power. He ain't got no power. Money gone. Money gone, so he ain't got no power. So you know we can treat you different now, cause and you got some drinks for your table, and as still Frank step in, you know you put it there or you push it on the there. You know because Frank can't drink none of that.
Jesus. Lord have mercy.
So we need to stick or surround ourselves, even with children at school. You know, children, Timothy, sit down, Timothy, sit down. Even the young kids at school, surround yourselves with persons that have value. Persons that will contribute to you.
That's right.
Persons that will not pull you down, but build you up.
Yes. Choose wisely.
Choose wisely. I don't know this man friend, but you can see that they stick with him. Because he said I have
No one.
no one to help me in. And that's a sad thing when we are going through things and we don't have someone who can take the phone and call.
Lord have mercy.
Someone that we can say, like, brother or sister, pray for me. And sometimes it's just that you need somebody there to encourage you. I mean, Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane and the disciples start to sleep. He said, but you can't stay for 1 hour. Even Jesus, the Savior, needed someone to be there to pray. He needed a level of encouragement. And you need, and some people say, but I need nobody. That's a lie. That is a lie. That's not even scriptural. People will say, that's not good for man, you know? We are social beings. That's why if you put a man in prison and put him in solitary confinement, he go crazy.
Yeah.
Because we were designed to socialize. We were designed to interact. And this man was in a position where physically he could move. Mentally, he could go far either. And when he looked around, he had no one to even encourage him. Sad. And the funny thing is that sometimes we find ourselves in that position. We can't even recognize deliverance. We can't even recognize when the deliverer has come.
My Lord, have mercy.
Sometimes we are so emotionally wrecked that when God is sending help, we don't even recognize it. We don't realize it. And sometimes we can push off the help because we are so imprisoned mentally that we can't even see God's hands moving. So that's why he can say, sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred. But what I am coming, another step down before me. And sometimes we can get bitter and angry. We're in positions and we can look and see everybody getting a blessing. We here the whole day waiting for that water to stir.
So true.
And somebody jump in and get the blessing.
Yes. Yes.
And sometimes we get bitter.
Yes, it's true.
And we angry. And then your friend might come across with a new car and say, but I can need a new car.
Lord.
You bitter, you vexed because you want one, but you don't get yours yet. Or your friend come in a new dress or a new suit. And you can't compliment that individual because you don't got none. You ain't got any, so you can't compliment. And you get bitter. And they start saying that the boy's showing off. And that's true. The boy just want to tell you, well, this is what God bless me with.
You prayed for me and God answered my prayer.
What you say?
By the
You're
prayer.
always showing off. Every time she gets there, do what she wants. Listen, boy, you see, and she ain't even look that good.
We know.
That time the person look good. And before you say, well, sister or brother, you look handsome or you look, you look pretty, you look beautiful. Every time you come in, they ain't gonna fit what you good in. Look at their shoes, look. They're too tall, too big. I don't even look at the color now.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
And she in my shit.
Yeah. Glory to God.
Instead of saying,
Hallelujah.
God, I thank you for blessing my friend. Instead of saying, God, I thank you for blessing my friend.
Oh, glory.
Before you all start excuses and all sort of things to say because we are bitter on the inside.
Help us, God.
And all we can see day after day is that somebody is getting blessed. And we ain't getting nothing. Exactly. Correct is right.
Glory. Help us.
And somehow we become an individual that is just nasty sometimes.
God help us.
Just nasty. Because everybody somehow seems to be very blessed. And all he's saying that I ain't got nobody to help me. You ever met anybody like that?
Yes. Yeah.
And I can't really stand people, right? That every time you go around them, they're always complaining. Because what happens is that you all day long, you joyous, you feel good, but as soon as they pop up, it's like they zap the energy from you. Oh, the sky too blue. Oh, the grass too green. Oh, my belly too full. It's always a complaint.
Outside too hot.
Outside too hot. Oh, the water cold. It's always something that they complain about. And when they come into the room, they zap you. And this man found himself in that position. So he was not only physically handicapped or crippled, he was emotionally, mentally, psychologically, spiritually messed up. Fully. And healing don't come like that. You got to release something.